And today I have wines from the great northern Spain region of Rioja. You ready to dig in? Let's get going. Our first bottle today is the Rioja from Olivier Riviere. Now, what we're doing today with this whole tasting is constantly contrasting the modern and the traditional. There's so many different ways to make Rioja, and this firmly sits in the modern category. Now, Olivier Riviere, he's sourcing this from predominantly the grapes down in Rioja Baja, or what's also now known as Oriental. He likes to break the DO rules, and I'm really looking forward to this. This is his version of a Bourgogne Rouge. Now, Olivier Riviere takes a lot of inspiration from Burgundy. That's what he wants to translate through on his Riojas. So the whole idea for this is to be something that's fruity, drinkable, and ready to go right now. This is also around 20 bucks. So this is not your grandfather's Rioja at all. This is so berry driven. But it's lovely. You get these violets and these sort of like blueberry compote flavors. A lot of freshness about. It's not the most complex wine, but it hits all of its notes really, really well. What I really like about this is just a fun wine. It's not trying to be serious. It's not trying to be this brooding, introspective thing. This is a wine really just a crush, and I think it's picking it up perfectly. Again, you find this around 24 bucks. It's a real big winner in my book. Our second wine is from CVNE, so one of the classic Rioja producers, and this is the Viña Real Crianza. So this does see some time in wood. This is probably their most affordable wine, and we'll be tasting one of their best wines later. But this really, it's here to be drunk, enjoyed, and let's dig in. No, so on the last one I said that's not your grandfather's Rioja. This is your grandfather's Rioja in all the good ways. That American oak is just being picked up right away, like that dill sort of coconut flavor. What I like about Rioja is that you get this sour red fruit, but it's sour in a good way. And so it's hitting right here with that cherry and that raspberry, that cranberry. If you want a great introduction to a traditional Rioja at a really affordable price, this is it. When I picked this out, I had a good feeling that we're going to be doing something pretty good because CVNE, one of the top producers, and that's shining through right here. Just something to remember, people, always. When you see a good producer, they're making great wines at all levels. For our third one, we're now moving into the Reservas. So these spend a little more time in oak, and the two Reservas I have for you today, again, I only am aiming for classic producers, and Muga is one of them. Now, Muga is really interesting in that they both bridge the modern and traditional. Some of their wines they make really traditional, some of their wines they make fairly modern. The Reserva is more on the modern side. Now, what I mean by that is that they're using French barrique, and it gives off a slightly different flavor than American oak does. Think more smoke as opposed to dill. Pretty simple, right? Let's get into the wine. So I've been giving this air for a couple hours and it's still kind of tight. But that real nice raspberry and cranberry is still coming through. And so previously I had noted on the American oak you get that dill flavor, well this is getting more of that sort of licorice currants and a little smoky notes. What I like about this is its mouth coating. You can taste the step up in level here as the previous two wines, delicious and fun, but still a little simple. Here you're getting that extra layer of complexity on the feel and it just coats your entire palate. This is absolutely delicious. I've been a big fan of Muga for a while and this continues that streak. Our fourth wine. There was no way on earth I was going to be doing this Rioja tasting without doing Lopez de Heredia, people. It just wasn't happening. Simply put, it doesn't get more traditional than Lopez de Heredia. They are a collector's dream. They're just everyone's dream. This is the winery that really speaks to Rioja. And when a lot of people drink Rioja, a lot of collectors and people getting into wine, they think about Lopez de Heredia. Now this is the Viña Cupillo, 2014. They aged their wines for a long time, so that oak influence comes through. While this is listed as, it's just listed as a Crianza, but this could actually be aged out and be labeled as a Grand Reserva. So think value right here. So I will say right away that Lopez de Heredia isn't always for everyone, but it is for me. What I like about this is, this is just, if you could put Rioja in an encyclopedia, that's what this is. That American oak is showing through so well, in all the good ways. Again, that coconut and dill, getting that sour red fruit, a lot of dried rose petals. And some vanilla extract flavors. I'm always a big fan of Lopez de Heredia. To me, it's a treat whenever I see someone bring it out, and that continues to be the case right here. Let's give it a try. As it follows through on the palate, again, in my mind, that whole, what I just said about putting Rioja in an encyclopedia and having Lopez de Heredia, that's it, right there. The tannins are fine-grained. This can still age longer, but that acidity has some nice sting and cut with a really silky long finish. It's amazing. People, you are buying something that can be labeled Gran Reserva for barely 30 bucks. You gotta try Lopez Heredia. For our fifth wine today, we're taking it back a few years. I've really wanted to open up something with some age just to show how these wines can do it. And so we have the El Puntito Gran Reserva 2007. El Puntito is known for being a slightly more modern producer. They do use French barrique, but these wines really age beautifully. I had a chance to try this a couple years ago right before the pandemic struck. I was really blown away by it. So now to try it a couple years later, I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to it. Loved it then, looking forward to it now. What strikes me right away is, even with this being a 2007, the color on this is just vibrant, gorgeous, this beautiful ruby red. Oh, I need a moment. No, this is so beautiful, people. Oh wow, this is why you age wine. I mean, I can get lost in this nose. Where the Reservas were filling up, this now gets into those upper parts of your nose, the parts that make you just want to kind of roll your eyes back and take it all in. This is just chock full of violets, dried red cherries, sour red fruits, raspberries, floral notes. I could keep going on, but I really want to taste this wine. Yeah, so this isn't just as good as it was a couple of years ago. It's gotten better. But again, people, this is why we age wine. So much can happen. So much is going on. I'm someone who can talk a lot, and even I'm kind of lost for words here. This is near perfect for me. I think a lot of people would possibly want to age this further. The tertiary notes have not, those sort of aged and mature notes haven't fully come in yet, but it's pure silk across the palate. This is beautiful. Oh boy. If you can find this on Wine Searcher, please do. And here we are with our final wine. Vicuña CBNE Imperial Gran Reserva. I told you earlier when we had the Vinga Real, we were going to get to the big boy. This is a wine that actually the 2004 edition, the vintage of this, won Wine Spectator Wine of the Year. And it's really sort of propelled them into some higher levels that has really made them more known to the rest of the world. For Rioja geeks, yeah, some of us have shed a few tears, but hey, great wine's great wine, and I love more people finding out about these wines because of stuff like Wine Spectator. I'm looking forward to this. This is the 2015 vintage, so let's give it a go. So, serious wines call for serious moments. And while I like to keep things light and fun, this is a contemplative wine. This is a wine that just shows off so much depth. This is a wine of class. This is a wine of elegance. This is a wine that really speaks to me and really speaks well into me. It's hard to say something that normally runs $85 is a quote-unquote value, but I've seen where some of the prices on these have gone in recent years, and where it can go. I think skies could be the limit for it. So you're still buying in, and you can on something that's going to cost so much more down the road. There's so much depth to this. Layers upon layers of flavor, raspberries, sour red cherries, dark red fruits. You get that bit of cigarette ash, some crushed rocks, minerals, violets. I'm running out of adjectives. So there's a reason why great wines are great. And this is great wine. Yeah, it's totally young. 2015, I would, in a perfect world, want to give this at least another 3 to 5 years before thinking about it. But these can age so gracefully. I was able to have a 2007 late last year that I found when I was traveling through Spain, and it was just 3 hours of beauty, me just enjoying it, and I can easily see where that has gone and where this will go. I wouldn't hesitate to buy this. I would buy whatever you can afford, stash them. These become so beautiful. It's gorgeous right now. So that's our episode of Rioja today. I really hope you enjoyed it. We had some absolutely beautiful wines, and I really, really want you guys to go out there and buy some Rioja. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you hit that like button and be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.